Hello and welcome to Roguelike Dolls, Episode 1. My name is Molly, I'll be your host, and we're gonna hop right into a run on normal mode with Isaac. We have no characters unlocked except for Isaac. And starting off, we found the Rosary, which is Tears and Faith Up. It's a great item. Let's see, what do you need to know about me? If you're from Twitter, you might know me as Chain Chompist or Molly Trash Queen. I make crude jokes on the internet for laughs. I'm transgender. I'm 29 years old, and I'm a huge fan of the game Binding of Isaac. I'm starting this channel because I think it would be fun to play games on the internet while talking to myself alone in my apartment with my cats. It's a nice change of pace from my usual schedule of sitting alone in my apartment and talking with my cats, but not recording. It sort of ups the stakes for everyone involved. Namely, me and my cats are the two parties at this point. Eventually, I hope to add my co-host Kat, but for the time being, she is working on her health, and that is great. We love that for Kat. It's very good. And a lot of people say that they have like a really dry sense of humor, but I like actually do. I think those people are kind of full of shit a lot of the times. No, we're extremely supportive of Kat. I just can't stop sounding like a bitch all the time. That's another one of my problems. Don't take it personally. We're fighting Monstro. He's no big thing. He's quite large, and we're a small green baby. I think I first played this game in 2011. I was at school. I went to one of the University of Minnesota school systems, and I was sitting in my on-campus apartment, and me and my roommates were playing Binding of Isaac, which we got out of the Humble Bundle. I think it might have been like possibly the first or second Humble Bundle like ever. Back when Humble Bundle was good. I think it's less good now that they just became a web store instead of like a charity. But it was instant favorite for me. Between the original Binding of Isaac and Rebirth and its expansions, I've probably put maybe 450 hours into the game so far. I would consider myself a novice. I am not very serious about the game in terms of like theory crafting or strategy. There was a time maybe in my life where I would try much harder, but I decided that's not a very fun way to play the game. Obviously, I'm trying to win every single run. I would like to. That would be the ideal. But, I'm mostly here to have fun, so I might not make the most strategic choices at every possible opportunity, and you're just going to have to bear with me. And if you want to make the most strategic choices at every possible opportunity, you're more than welcome to. The seed for today is FP75CDSM. For those of you unfamiliar with the game, that will allow you to play along at home. If you would like to join me on this, what is hopefully the start of a extended Let's Play of Binding of Isaac, Repentance, that seed will get you there. Unfortunately, I believe if you play with a seeded run, it won't get you any achievements or unlocks, so that's something to think about. But it still allows you to follow along, especially if you're playing at home. I think if this is your first exposure to Binding of Isaac, welcome. It's a very cool game. I recommend that you just go play it. You don't actually have to watch. I'm giving you permission to go do your own thing. But I feel like a lot of people have played Binding of Isaac by this point. It's at least from the statistical standpoint, I think it's like the most popular Steam remote play game pretty frequently. So, you know, I have to imagine that some of you have played it. We just don't have a key, and I think that's something we're gonna have to make peace with here. Just kidding. Don't have to make peace with anything. We have 7 cents, which is great. We have a bomb, which we're a huge fan of. We have the plunger, which is very exciting. It's not the plunger, it's called flush. That's another thing. I like to make up names for items and just call them, you know, kind of whatever I feel like. We're gonna put down this guy. Hello. It's our friend, the Demon Beggar. What else do we need to know about me? Oh, okay, it's the Bible, which we'll be taking off of this floor, but we're not panicking about yet. Flush is good at dealing with normal enemies, but doesn't really help us on this boss. Oh no. That's actually a speed strategy. You know, the Lord was good, and he provided us with quite a few opportunities to, what's the word for it? Not lose our devil deal, like up front right away. So I think, let's see, first diagonal spike walk of the series. Can I do it? Absolutely not. That should be pretty good expectation setting for us going forward. We have unlocked Azazel, which is great. We have the Bible, which grants us a temporary flight, which is excellent. You know, I don't mind that at all. We can get a key and a bomb from that, which is very good. It will allow us to get into our item room on the next floor. We're playing it a little, you know, perhaps a little risky with our HP. But you know, what they say about power is that power is power. And we have a lot of it now. Brimstone Buddy shoots a blood laser at our enemies. And Pentagram is a wonderful damage up. We also found a trinket earlier, the, I think it's like the pink eye or something, that gives us a poison tear effect. As well as Cursed Tail, which causes an increase in the rate that chests spawn as a room reward. What else is there to know about me? I am a fan of motorsports, mainly MotoGP. I should have ran right away in this room, but we didn't. We did not take damage. We're gonna leave that chest for now. Because, you know, a key is not a guaranteed thing in this game. Oh, man. That is nice. And, you know, if you're a problem solver at home or you've played the game before or you're a fan of the show Blue's Clues, you might say, what are we going to do? We're going to use our flight. And now we have 99 bombs. Sorry, I was just going for a laugh there. I don't know if that played. You're going to have to... I'm not streaming. I don't have like a chat to give me feedback on what I'm doing. So if like my bits aren't getting laughs for you, or you know you're offended by something, or I cover something that is, you know, otherwise triggering for you, let me know. It is not my intention to make people feel bad. It is my intention to entertain them while playing video games, so, you know, feedback is helpful. You know, I'm in charge of the Blood Laser baby, but I am gonna assign him, you know, kind of agency as if I'm not controlling him, and that way I can protect myself from, you know, protect my ego a little bit from my own failings as a gamer. My favorite game in the whole world is probably like, and I'll preface, like, if I was leaving the planet as if, you know, I was fleeing like the movie Titan AE, and I had to take one game with me, it would probably be Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest. If you follow me on Twitter, Chain Chompus, you know that I have two orange cats. One is Stanley, and the other one's name is Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's Conquest. This was a wonderful room. We're up a heart and a half from that expenditure. We couldn't afford to go into our store, but we're not panicking. We should find the secret room because we have lots of resources to do so. We found secret room number 1, but we're still looking for our super secret room. Wasn't there? The super secret room is normally next to a wall that is not touching any other walls, so it has to be kind of floating off into space. So there's a limited number of walls on this map that are valid. I guess if we have 99 bombs, we might as well look for, do a little bit of mushroom hunting as well. Not great, not the end of the world. What in the world? Come on. That's right. Yeah, give me one of those. That's just fine. We would love to go to the store. All right, so that's 5 mushrooms down. We're gonna do a count, 6. How many mushrooms can we get to before finding a magic mushroom? Okay, yeah, so more facts. We're just gonna keep on coming with the Molly facts, because that's what people are here for. Okay. Let's see, the Fool isn't immediately so good for us. Maybe we'll go with one of those. Very, very good. Put a few more coins into our donation machine for good luck and blessings. Yeah, I came out as transgender to my friends and family, and you know, in online spaces in the year, oh geez, late in the year 2018. I was 26 years old. I sort of stumbled upon some transgender like meme content on Reddit. It was sort of my first exposure to like trans culture on the internet. I would say like I knew trans people existed and stuff, because who doesn't, I suppose. But I never really thought about them or like my gender. We probably don't need Matchstick. It just gives us additional bomb drops, and I want to say we're set for now. Or I guess I should say I've thought about gender a lot in the abstract. I was an undergrad in philosophy, so I thought about lots of things. I don't do that anymore as a rule. It's only been trouble. But, you know, there was a time in my life where I would examine my thoughts about subjects. Anywho, so these memes, I think the first page that really resonated with me, and I think it's going to be true for a lot of our viewers, was, or at least our transgender viewer, was the page Egg IRL. Egg is a, you know, not especially nice way to refer to trans people who don't know that they're trans yet. It's like, I guess on a metaphysical level, it implies that there is, you know, a predetermination of transness, which I don't buy into. I think people are trans when they, you know, decide they're trans and they want to transition, or at least that their gender identity that they were assigned with at birth is incongruent with the gender identity that they experience from day to day. That's sort of the functional definition that I like to go with. Some people have different definitions. I'm pretty permissive of, you know, how people want to define it for themselves. I'm not trying to be a cop or anything. We haven't found a key yet. That's not great. We did find our super secret room, which is wonderful. We got some additional coins. We have a lot of hearts on the ground. Maybe we can get, you know, a dark bum or another item to take advantage of those, or just some HP. We're not stressing. We're not stressing one bit. Yeah, so I would say that my earliest memory that made me all right, redemption. Probably my earliest memory that I could point to that I would identify as like, you know, being a sign that I was trans was when somewhere between when I was 5 to 7 years old. I can't really pinpoint it because I don't really necessarily believe any of my memories are that reliable at that age. But because I mean, like, I can't remember last weekend. I don't know if I really have an accurate account of what I was doing when I was, you know, 6 or 7. But I was playing, you know, dress up and like doing makeup and putting on jewelry and stuff with my older sister. And she asked whether I would have preferred to be born a girl. And I have no idea what my answer was at that time, but I know that I thought about it many times after that. I would say that after I sort of came into contact with trans culture. And after I sort of pieced together that it's likely that I was transgender, I had, oh, that's nice and kind of risky, but we're gonna go with it. We already have one guppy piece, and we're gonna get our other 2 here, which will give us the guppy transformation. This is less risky than it looks, because that will give us 9 lives. So now we have a lot more wiggle room if we get it wrong. It gave me a chance to reflect on a lot of like experiences I had in my life up until that point. And I wouldn't say that it like, you know, I had like it. Maybe the word I would use was like, gave me a new lens to look at a lot of my experiences. I think we had a fool card over here. I don't think we got the item room either, so we probably want to do that. But before we get all caught up in that, we're going to go over here. We're going to pick up this. We're going to see if this is a Hierophant. It's Justice. We'll take that. And then we're going to fool card out of here. So we don't need to fight a bunch of bosses. That's not what we're about. Yeah, I'll use the word recontextualize. I would say that there was like a 2-week period sort of after I kind of decided that, yes, I was probably transgender, that I did a lot of reflecting on my life up until that point. A lot of kind of embarrassing moments for me, I guess. There was a time like I had went and saw the second Matrix film, and I had very complicated feelings about, you know, the the sex scene involving Trinity and Neo. I would say that there was a lot of projecting that I perhaps didn't fully understand as a you know, a 12-year-old or whatever year that was. Maybe I was 11 in you know, 2002. What other embarrassing things? I used to wear a lot of rings and jewelry because they were pretty. I did a lot of the classic things, maybe not to the extent of a lot of people, but they were there. I didn't do a lot of cross-dressing. I know that that's a common experience for a lot of people. And you might say, okay, Molly, that's all well and good, but why you gotta bring gender into our gaming YouTube show? And you know, it's like, I'm sorry, but that's the shtick that we're working with here. I gotta work with what I got. Unless you want to hear me, you know, talk about motorsports for 45 to 50 minutes every day, or I guess I could talk about StarCraft 2 if that strikes your fancy, or I know some things about, like, I guess, like wood. That's an interest of mine. But other than that, you know, we're gonna hit the gender pretty hard. No, we don't always have to be hitting the gender, but I just wanted to give you some kind of background into like who I am and how I came about to be in front of you. So yeah, after I decided I was trans, there was a little bit of time, not very long. It was probably like a week and a half or 2 weeks. between sort of piecing it together and when I told my girlfriend at the time. And just in between that period, I was just like so conflicted, I guess is a word that we can use. Not about telling her, but it just felt like a big thing to be concealing. Not that I kept it for her. So during that time, I really couldn't like eat or sleep, and I lost like 10 pounds sort of unintentionally inside of that week, because I was just maybe eating like 200 calories a day because I was so stressed out. I would just like have food in front of me and I couldn't at all get it into my body. So I told my ex that I was trans, and she was absolutely great and supportive, and she is a heterosexual woman, so understandably she and I parted ways. You know, I don't think I'm gonna be going for that. Like, best case scenario from red chests, we get a guppy piece is kind of the top of the world, but we're not really looking for guppy, so we already got it. So I began transitioning probably, I would describe it as immediately, or at least to the extent that I like told my friends, and shortly after my family. It was telling my family was a lot of stress, I guess, just because it was so many phone calls. We didn't find the store and we have no keys, but I'm willing to go look because we also didn't find the secret room. I would like to find the store because it gives us a chance to donate more money, which speeds up our development of the quality of our stores. One thing about Binding of Isaac is that the game kind of unfolds as you beat it. You lose all your progress if you die. So it's a roguelike if you're unfamiliar with the genre. It's typically characterized by a challenging game experience where death is permanent and easy to come by, and you just, you know, highly randomize. Little dungeon is I guess I should know like what a roguelike is, but there's so many things that call themselves roguelikes. Binding of Isaac is the first roguelike I played, and I'm a big fan. The second roguelike that I think I played to any significant degree is the game Dungeons of Dreadmore, which I'm also a huge fan of. If you've never played it before, it's on Steam. It's usually not very expensive and well worth it. But yeah, another thing about me is that I frequently lose my train of thought. Roguelikes, popular genre of game. I would say that maybe game developers have chilled on releasing quite so many roguelikes. I believe there was a time where it was a bit more of a craze just following the release of Binding of Isaac. But we might play some other roguelikes on this channel, we might not. It depends. For now, we're mostly focusing on Binding of Isaac. We I might actually put up some MotoGP content. MotoGP 21 game came out recently. Fantastic. I'm a huge fan. Oh man. There's a lot of ideas here. It's like cheeky.
Puberty.
We'll get small. Think I need any of this stuff? All right, so this is like dumb. I don't know if we found the item room. Do we even have a map on this floor? Yeah, we didn't find the item room. We're gonna be back for that because I like that. The sun is cool. We're gonna use the sun immediately. So here's my idea, and bear with me. We're gonna, because we were blessed with 99 bombs, and because... Wait, we did find the item room. What was it? We didn't go in it. No, I'm just confused about the interface. I played this game for 400 hours, but I still like... Oftentimes, there's so much noise on screen that I don't really know what I'm doing. This item is not my favorite. But that's not going to stop me from taking it. I don't think we need to go to the store either. I'm thinking we just go kill Mom's heart before we get a mom kill. And I think that's a lot more interesting and a lot more fun. Typically, you're not supposed to be in the womb in Binding of Isaac until you have killed Mom's heart, or you've killed Mom one time. But we are... Alright, you know what? We've made a decision to be small, so we're not gonna take one pill makes you larger. Oh my god. We're so slow we can't escape its gravity. Oh, hello. We'll do some gambling here. Can't hurt. Could help. Not bad. Not a bad payout. We'll do some gambling here. This will be especially beneficial for us because we found the wafer earlier. The pact is incredible. It's damage and tears. We're gonna go in here so we can do it at the quarter of a price that it would normally be. Just keep on moving. This run is extraordinarily blessed. And that's kind of a theme for a lot of normal mode. I will be playing on hard mode eventually. That is, you know, kind of my... I think it's pretty much everyone's sort of default mode that they play on. But, you know, for the start of Isaac, you know, unless you do some wacky stuff like skipping the end boss or any of the other things that this game allows you to do, we, you know, we lose our train of thought a lot. I suffer with depression and anxiety and ADD, which I'm currently being medicated for. And that's going pretty well. I also take medication for anxiety. I consume duloxetine, which helped a lot for me personally. I would say until I was medicated with duloxetine, my anxiety level was probably on the scale of like, you know, when it was bad, it kind of felt like a SWAT team was gonna kick in the door at any time. Naturally, it spiked a little bit during during the pandemic, I think that was a common experience for a lot of people. Mentally, I'm in a pretty good place now. Though I think we've had some low points in the last year, and you know, who hasn't? Of everyone on Earth, I'm not exactly the most unfortunate person. I was, you know, safe and housed. I had a lot of security, and I had financial security, and you know, I have a, you know, a safe home environment free of violence. I live alone with my cats. So, you know, all things considered, not the worst place to be, but nonetheless, managed. I guess mental illness isn't necessarily rational or proportional to the situations you're in. If your anxiety, you know, was proportional to external stimulus, you wouldn't really call it anxiety. You would just say it's like, I don't know, a reasonable response to a horrible situation. Not really sure what my point is there. I guess my point is that despite, in the grand scheme of things, having it relatively easy, 2020 was not good. Some good things happened for me. Wow, you know what would really hit the spot? If this machine could pay out with $1, like, right away, so we could unlock Cain. Just continue blessing this run. That's fine. We don't need that much blessing. That's plenty. That's plenty. Oh, jeez. Continuing onward. Where am I at? What other things are important to know about me? I would describe myself as a leftist of sorts. I generally think capitalism is very distasteful.
Speed up.
We love a speed up. Am I a communist? You know, I wish they would let me be a communist. Jesus, so he took a lot of laser damage from that guy, huh? Oh yeah, and we have this item, which will just kill this guy outright. We've broken the logic of the game somehow. Usually the first time you kill a boss like that, it plays a cutscene and ends the game, and I'm pretty sure had we killed Mom, it would have just immediately ended the game. But here we go. I think we're actually gonna get to kill Satan on our first run by coincidence. I didn't really plan this, but Binding of Isaac is a sort of game where you just gotta roll with, you know, what it gives you. It gives you a hand and you gotta play it, and by God, I think we played our hand okay. I don't know why our rage isn't building. I don't know why our speed is capped at 1. Perhaps it is because we are so small. But we won't complain. I'm not a big fan of complaining. A lot of people, I don't want to like throw any, you know, popular Isaac personalities under the bus, but so I won't. And it's not just Isaac personalities. I think it's common for players of the game to feel like the game has it out for them, or like they really want damage or something. I don't know. I guess the only thing that gets me tilted is like a lack of keys. That will get me sometimes. But yeah, I think the beauty of the roguelike genre is that it's not the random items that you get, it's the random difficulty. You don't know if the run you're gonna boot up today is gonna be the hardest run you ever played, or it's gonna be an absolute cakewalk that gives you plenty of time to talk about your transsexualism and overshare for strangers. I think if we use the Bible on this guy, it kills us outright, so we're just not gonna do it. Call me a coward or whatever, but he got really fast. Oh, it's because our rage built. He's shooting a lot more than I sort of expected. So on we go. We're just vibing. A lot of times, if there's things going on screen, I'm not going to be able to maintain my ability to monologue. This is our first episode, our first kill. We've went all the way to Satan. That's sort of 2 final bosses beyond the intended path of the game, but that's Binding of Isaac for you, baby. It does what it wants. Thank you so much for joining us for this first episode, and hopefully we'll have many more upcoming. If this is, hopefully it's either May 30th or not May 30th. What month is it? April? Wow. It's either April 30th or May 1st when this video gets released. I haven't decided yet. I have a lot of power regarding that. We'll be having a new run daily. This upcoming Monday, we have a interview with Jojo Hunt Deer Noises, and hopefully every Monday we'll have another interview for you, as well as a daily run or so of Binding of Isaac. Like and subscribe, comment with something, tell me good job on this run, tell me you're impressed, tell me you love me, follow me on Twitter at roguelike dolls or Chain Chompist, and see you next time. Bye-bye.